Hello, this is M4 Airsoft King. We're going to go ahead and take out the rear transmission, motor, and all that stuff from my truck. Now that we have the tires off, I think we need to go ahead and remove the screws on the top of the shocks here to let them be freed. You can now see I have the shocks removed from the top, and you can also notice that my screws, I screw them back in so I know where they go. Same with the tire bolt screws right there. Next step is to take that screw off in the center of the screen right here. And we're also going to take off the one holding it on the bottom right there that's a little rusted to get this Traxxas cover off. I took off the rear turnbuckle right there. I'm going to take off the motor with these two screws right here. They come out and the motor would come right off. Now that I have the motor out, I'm going to go ahead and remove the rear bumper. Now that I have the rear bumper off, I'm going to go ahead and put all the screws in for the rear bumper where they go into that rear casing there so I don't forget where they go. In order to take off the rear transmission and the shock tower, you have to remove this little, these two screws here. Otherwise you can't get the Phillips in to get that screw down on the bottom here, right here. You can't get that screw off unless you remove these two screws. So bear with me. Here are some good examples of putting the screws back after you take them out so you know where they go. I'm going to go ahead and remove those two screws on the bottom of the shock post. Right here on both sides, and the whole shock post should come off. Now I have the rear shock tower off, and there's the whole rear end. In the middle of the screen there you can see a set screw, and that set screw holds on the diff to the transmission, so I'm going to go ahead and remove them on both sides. And please note, put the set screw back in so you don't lose it. After I remove the set screw, you see the drive shaft comes right out of there, the boot, from where the transmission is in there. But there's a lot of dirt in there, so I'm going to have to take it out in the garage and blow it off before I continue on. I'm just going to remove the drive shaft from the other side first, and undo this screw right here so this whole thing comes off. Take off the 6 screws on the bottom of the transmission on the underside of the body. There we go, we have the rear transmission taken out of the slash, and very sweet. You see there's a piece of tape under there that they put on the factory because there's a hole in the transmission there on the bottom so you can grease it. But very sweet. I'm not going to take it apart because I don't need to. Works fine. Now it is time for lunch, so adios mi amigos, like, comment, and rate.